using laser foil to decorate plaques. In this video, we were using gold laser foil to decorate a black piano finish plaque. Laser foil is an excellent way of adding value to your award products. Products such as plaques, functional awards look great with gold laser foil or silver laser foil applied. You will need laser foil non-PVC based, some plaques or functional awards, scissors, and a weeding tool. Foil is better to be done on walnut plaques or piano finished plaques. Problem with laminate plaques is when I peel off a laser foil, it typically will peel off a laminate. There are two ways to use laser foil. One is strictly with vector, one is with raster images. Our first job is going to be strictly vector objects. Here is my laser foil in the roll. I'm going to cut off a section which will be a little bit bigger than the actual logo that I'm doing. The last thing you want to happen is put the laser foil down, do your logo, and then find out you've missed a piece of the logo because your foil was a little bit too small. So peel off the backing and just lay your foil down on the plaque. Don't press down too hard with the foil, and don't worry if there's a few air bubbles in there. They'll be gone once we lay our logo down and cut it out. Here's my corral job. Notice that all I've got in this job is just vector lines. I've also got an outside line because I want a gold trim around the outside of the logo. My power and speed. My speed is fast, my power is low, because all I want to do is just cut the foil and it's very thin. So here's my machine cutting my laser foil. And it's strictly cutting in vector mode. I'm using very light power because all I really need to do is just get through the foil into the plaque. And we'll do this job in full time just so you get an idea how long it takes to do. Just remember that you want to use laser foil that's not PVC based. The problem with PVC based product is that it will lay down a caustic dust on your machine and cause your silver parts that are exposed to rust over time. Most of the laser foil that you buy from companies such as Laser Bits is non-PVC based. If you choose to use PVC based product, just make sure that you wipe down your machine real well after you use it. Now that the job's done, all I need to do is weed off my outside rectangle. And off comes the foil. And I'll take my weeding tool. And I'm just going to peel off the parts of the job that I want to take the foil off and expose the black underneath. The black underneath will be just like the original finish on the piano finish, a nice black gloss finish. And notice here, you don't have to be too careful, but you don't want to peel it off too quick. Now I need to get rid of the inside of the O's, inside of the R, A's, B's. This takes a little bit of time and requires a nice steady hand and some patience. And if you've got nice long fingernails. you'll see that the raster job that we do after this is actually a lot faster, because basically the raster job will etch away any of the foil that we're actually peeling off right now. Done. Just smooth out any of the rough edges. And there you are, I'm done. In our second job, you'll see that this is a combination vector and raster job. We will not be weeding out the inside. This weeded out area will be actually rastered out. Here's the corel draw job. Notice that I've got my black raster fill, and on the outside is a vector cut line. I had made the vector cut line bigger than 0.007, so it'll actually raster out. You can do this all in one job. I just need to actually laser a break so I can peel off the rectangle. Notice that the only speed I'm going to adjust here is my raster speed, and I've got a fairly fast speed, and I do have about 50% power on a 60-watt laser. Again, cut off your gold foil and make sure that it's a little bit bigger than the logo that you're actually going to create. Place your foil on. And lay it down. Again, this is really easy to do. Just be careful so that at least you get your foil on with no creases in it. Don't worry about the bubbles. And here's my logo being raster engraved out. You notice at the same time I'll have that thin vector line that's being rastered out at the same time. Notice that all the areas that I weeded out are actually being etched out by the laser machine. The only problem that we're going to have on the piano finish plaque is that my nice shiny gloss piano finish will now have a bit of a dull black area where it's being lasered. Again, this will offer some contrast. If I was doing this in walnut, I'm actually going to get some depth in the walnut. This looks quite nice, but remember, if you use too much depth, then what is going to end up happening is you're going to actually have a lot of soot deposited on the foil, which then means that we're going to have to clean it off. If you press too hard when you're cleaning it off, you could be starting to remove the gold foil that's already been placed on the plaque. So be careful that you don't go too deep. Again, I don't know if you have to go that deep, but if you do, make sure that you're careful when you're cleaning off the soot off the gold or the silver, so that you don't accidentally remove any of the pieces of the foil that are already been placed on the plaque. My plaque is done, and I've got my nice thin vector line around the outside. So now, when I go to weed off the actual outside rectangle, then it will stop at the logo. And I'll have a nice gold trim around the logo. Notice how the inside black is a little bit duller now because I've actually lasered this area. So I have a little bit more of a contrast area. Either way is good, and definitely either way is acceptable as an award for your customer.